this is my first time here, so really excited to get on the track, and yeah. But my question is, what's for lunch?
You've ran on turf before, right?
Yeah.
You got beach line.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, the only turf that I've ran on, like you said, is beach line. I think the grip is from the difference between my track and beach line. We'll use as a reference because it's the only track I've raced at. But the obviously turf has a lot more grip than just dirt naturally, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that, and I think just the way beachline was, being the turf was worn out, so it had a lot of grip, right? Like a lot more than, from what I've been told, that a lot of turf tracks have. And also the dirt was underneath, so it made it really challenging to drive hard. So on dirt, for me, I drive hard, right? So when I go to AstroTurf, I have to kind of like relearn how to drive in a way to just drive smoother and a little bit safer, and realize that on turf, slower is faster.
Yeah, I think the reason I liked this one when we first came was it was the one that reminded me most of a dirt outdoor track, which is my favorite. So, of racing on any of the artificial surfaces, this is the one that reminds me the most of racing dirt outside.
2 miles.
All right, Lee, we're at day 2 here at the Turf Nationals, RC Madness. Tell us how the day's going so far. And you ran your 2-wheel, 4-wheel today, so tell us what's up.
Yeah, so basically just out there just practicing, getting familiar with the track, and both cars are working extremely well. My 2-wheel right out the gate, and my 4-wheel too are just really good, just really easy to drive. A lot of forward bite, a lot of side bite, and yeah, I mean, both cars are working well. We made some changes to the 2-wheel, made it a little bit better, and we're about to go try this change right here, this change that I made, and we're going to see if we can make the car a little bit faster and easier to drive all at the same time, and yeah, we'll give it a shot and get ready for qualifying tomorrow.
Basically what we have planned today is we're going to run 2 rounds of qualifying, and we're going to go into a qual points format, and we were hoping to get started a little bit earlier, but weather basically has the last say in it, and we are working on it very heavy. At this point, we're really attacking this thing hard. As you can see, even the tabletop over there is super saturated. We're just really attacking everything around here. We're hoping that as soon as we're done with this drivers meeting, we can get more cars out there, and that's going to help.
So you're making some changes on the fly here, huh?
Yeah, track is a little bit loose. There's a little bit of water rooster tails out right now, so I figured going a little bit of softer spring, a little bit more toe, try to get a little bit more traction on the back end of the car.
All right, John, how's the qualifying starting today here at the race? What classes are you running?
I'm going to be running 17.5 expert buggy, 13.5 four-wheel drive buggy, and 40 plus mod.
How's the cars been working so far?
Cars are dialed. All day yesterday, I'm just trying different things to get them dialed in, and they feel real good.
All right, Aaron, tell us a little bit about a little bit of practice you did getting into the first qualifier. What's going on here this weekend?
Track's pretty good. It's grooving up a little bit. Traction's coming up. My cars are now feeling actually pretty good. They were a little iffy at the start, but they're getting better now. The track is a little wet now because it rained last night, so it's a little bit loose, especially on the left side, but it's definitely getting better, so should be good going into my mod buggy run. Stock buggy will be a little bit little bit iffy, but
All right, Casey, we're just checking in here at the Turf Nationals. You've come a long way. Tell us about where you're from and where your track is.
Yeah, I own Northwest Hobbies in Albany, Oregon. We had the second stop of the NCTS series this year. A little over 3,000 miles away, so definitely a little out of our element out here, but having a good time.
All right, so what's the outdoor turf like compared to racing indoors?
It's definitely a lot slicker. We had to do quite a few changes to get the cars up to pace here. The truck's pretty dialed. Got the buggy good finally last night. I dropped in around the club race last night, ran a heat, and finally got it dialed in. Pretty substantial changes though, that's for sure.
So what's the expectation? How you've been doing so well in the series and the different events so far?
Yeah, so my truck's been good. We got a first at my home track and then a second in Vegas, TQ'd them both. The truck feels really good again this weekend. Reedy Power, JConcepts product stuff on the T6 one. It's absolutely dialed in. My buggy, I had some issues in Vegas with it, and I actually didn't make the main. I had some electronic issues going on, but I was able to come back. I think I went 6th at Northwest with it, so we should be sitting pretty decent in points after this weekend's over.
All right, Ryan, we're here with you before qualifying starts at the Turf Nationals. Just checking in. How was your trip in here from Oregon?
Yeah, no, we flew in from PDX. Honestly,
Okay.
it was pretty smooth. Didn't have to wait long. Got here maybe after 8 hours, but it felt super quick.
Good. How's the cars been feeling so far?
After doing some testing at Die Hard RC and up in Sonoma, Washington, the cars feel great. Super easy to drive. Came in here earlier, on Thursday, put 2 packs in. It's just been smooth sailing, nothing too drastic for setup changes.
All right, let's. So, what are we cooking here?
Right now we have the chicken
Look at
on
this.
the griddle, and I'm making pea salad right now,
Okay.
and then we have our veggies with hummus and dip, and then the pasta salad that we had last week.
Good. Well, Aaron's already running well, and Andrew's on the track right now, so you got full duty here this weekend. Everyone's racing, having a good time,
Yes,
and
it's a great race.
we'll check back in later and see how all everybody's doing.
Great, thanks.
'Meanwhile, modified finish up heat number 1, race number 16, Carl Smart. 13.507 the pace. Paul Silvestri. Paul, you're done. Dorothy, you're done. Just waiting for Paul. Jan, 10th. Solid race for Keith. I'm telling you, he's got that car, or he's got that truck working real nice. 35 seconds to go. It's Lee still leading this brigade. 14 at 508. Tyler, 13.501. Ryan, 13.509. Grant moving up to that 3rd spot.
All right, Lee, we got round 1 in the books. We're just started round 2. How'd the classes go for you, the round 1? Track feeling good?
Yeah, the track's feeling awesome. Round 1 went good. We were able to TQ full wheel mod and 2-wheel mod. So the cars are feeling awesome. Everything's working really well. Pin downs and swaggers are great on the track, and weather's nice and program's being ran smooth. So yeah, everything's good. Cars are good, and we're gonna go in there and try to get a second TQ.
All right, Ryan, we're checking in here after the first round. Weather came around for us and the sun came out. How are things going, and you looking to improve and for the second round?
It's going all right. A little shaky start. Hopefully we'll get around in the second round. I got 5th in 4-wheel and 8th in 2-wheel. Just it was more driver than it was the car, but I have confidence in the second round. I'll do better.
All right, Andrew, tell us how the first round goes, and sometimes got some good ones. Sometimes you got some bad ones. But round 1, and then did you get a round 2 in yet?
Yep, got around in with my 17.5. 17.5 wasn't bad. So far, I mean, I made a few bobbles, which I think could, obviously be corrected to get a little more consistent as a car overall. But it was a pretty good car. Just made a few mistakes, and then the mod car had a bit of an issue with some of the slipper pads in round 1, but I think I got it fixed. Ready for round 2, and hopefully, get a solid round 2 and round 3 together for overall 12 points.
How'd it go out there?
It was good, man. We actually, it's kind of crazy. It's like, I don't know, probably 40% the grip of what we're used to. And I went back to the same exact setup I ran at home, Northwest, and the same setup I ran at 702. And the run, actually, I think would have put me 3rd overall in mod buggy with my 13.5 truck.
Wow,
so
ballistic.
It was sporty, man. It was really, really good.
All right, so 2 TQs now?
Yeah.
Great. And then, Yow's got a Marshall. And then, so picking up from there, now you got a 2-wheel coming, or a 4-wheel? No, I'm sorry, 2-wheel. Yeah. So you got 2-wheel coming up. And any predictions?
Yeah, my 2-wheel was really good last run too, and had a driver malfunction. Ran into a pipe that I knew was there all day, but hopefully I don't do that this time, and maybe step up a little. I think I was 7th after round 1 or something in 2-wheel, so I definitely need to pick that up a little bit. But the cars are good, both cars are good. The facility's awesome, the grip's fun, jumps are good.
All right, Aaron, you're over here wrenching. We're getting into round 2. Got a round 2 of stock buggy, but you got a TQ in the first round, right?
Yeah, I had TQ in the first one. I would have TQ'd round 2, but I had an unfortunate issue. So I still got a second, which is pretty good. But
yeah, first and a second heading into the last round, which will be probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
And how about the mod stuff? How's it going?
Round 1 didn't go quite as planned. I made a change yesterday, but didn't really get to try it today because of the track being all wet in the morning for practice. So it didn't really work out in the qualifier. Car was really hard to drive. It was fast, but it just wasn't very natural with what it did. So made a couple changes. Should be better this round, hopefully. Can lay down TQ.
After 4 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Eric Bresnahan in first place with a 13-lap 5:17.3 pace with 9 laps, followed by James Hall 80 in second place with a 13-lap 5:21.7 pace with 9 laps, followed by Brian DeMeglio in third place with a 11-lap 5:22.1 pace with 7 laps.
So we got Lee still leading this brigade, 15 at 5:18. Keith in second, 14 at 5:10. But Ryan Reavis with a 21.8.
Lee Setzler in first place with a 15-lap 5:18.2 pace with 11 laps, followed by Ryan Reavis in second place with a 14-lap 5:10.1 pace with 10 laps, followed by Keith Smart in third place with a 14-lap 5:15.6 pace with 10 laps.
That Saturday was Lee taking it down, 15 at 5:20. Brent Wills grabbed that number 2 spot, 14 at 5:14. And Keith White will come in third at 14 at 5:15. Good run.
That's not spec.
All right, John, how we do that round? We're finishing up round 2, right?
Yeah, finished round 2. I had an okay round. I bounced back a little bit from the first round. I had a little, driving technical difficulties there.
Yeah.
But I bounced back. I'm sitting 3 in 17.5 buggy, 4 in 13.5 buggy, and 4 in 40 plus.
All right, Andrew, we're finishing up a good day of qualifying here at the Turf Nationals. So talk to us about how things finished up for you today.
Not too bad. I had a little bit of a rough start in qualifier 1 with 2 at drive mod. I ended up going out in the second qualifier. I finished 3rd overall. Doing really well so far. I think I need to make a few tweaks. I'm about to go do some testing, and I think I'd definitely be set for tomorrow for sure.
All right, Lee, we got a full day in here at the Turf Nationals. 2 rounds of qualifying, and so far you pulled a TQ in both rounds, in both classes, so you should be starting up front tomorrow come the mains. So tell us, how did it feel? I know the sun went down, got cooler outside, but the times are still fast.
Yeah, so we just finished up 2-wheel. I was able to grab a TQ in both rounds TQ'd, so overall TQ and 4-wheel and 2-wheel mod. Yeah, the sun went down for our second group of two-wheel, and at first I was a little kind of skeptical. I was like, you know, maybe the track's going to lose a little grip. These are the second run on the swaggers and pin downs, and actually I went faster when the sun was down with the second run set than I did in round one with the new set when the sun was up, and apparently that's when the track's supposed to be the best.
All right, Aaron, we're finishing up day of qualifying here at the Turf Nats. So good run in two-wheel mod. Looked good. Tell us how it finished up for you.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Made the change and my car was much better, but I had like little, I don't know, it was like a little mistake at the beginning of the run, so it kind of slowed me down a little bit. Ended up getting a second for the round, not too far off the leader, so pretty happy with how it went. Car feels good now, which is good. And then stock got second in the first qual, or in the second qual, sorry, and the TQ in the first. So going into tomorrow, we're sitting pretty good.
Yeah, so right now you're looking strong to TQ the one and could start in the top 2 or 3 for sure in mod, right?
Yeah. Hopefully I can put another solid run in mod and hopefully get a TQ overall in stock, because that'd be pretty cool.
All right, it was a great run. The TLR, the car's looking good out there, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, Casey, round 2's over. You had some success with the truck. We talked to you about that on the track, and then back here you decided to slide into modified truck, and then you also ran a good two-wheel drive buggy run, right?
Yeah, I think we went second maybe in mod truck, and then honestly I have no idea in mod. It was such a tight field. I think second through like fifth was within about 2 seconds. Somewhere in between that second and fifth area. It was a lot of fun. It was the funnest run of the entire weekend right there for sure.
So how's the stuff working? Was the track any different when the sun went down, or you feel pretty good still?
You know, I think it was a little bit looser, but I tightened my car up a little bit, so I was actually a little bit more snug, but from what I'm hearing from everybody else, they were all a little bit freer. My stuff's awesome. The cars are killer. Both of them are really good right now.
How'd it go this round?
Two-wheel drive round went really good in retrospect to round one. Car was really good. Put 2 runs on the tires for, already having a run on those tires. They had a lot of grip. I personally thought the car was just super easy to drive that run.
All right, Lee, we're here in the last day of the Turf Nationals. We've been checking in here all weekend with you. It's been a good weekend so far. We got one more round of qualifying. How's the day feeling, and how you think this is going to shake down for you?
Yeah, so we got here this morning, and the weather was nice right off the get-go, and it didn't rain last night. So the track definitely has a faster pace early on. So I expect it to only get better as the day goes through, and so we're feeling good. We're mounting some tires up, some swaggers and some pin downs, and get ready for the last round of qualifying. Might try some things for the main on the car, and then get ready for the main.
All right, Casey, we're getting into the last round of qualifying here at the race. What's going on? I noticed you added a class. You're running a little mod truck too. What's going on with the racing this weekend?
Last night we're sitting there talking about it, and I was able to seal up TQ in 13.5 and 2, so I had an extra round for the day, and ended up dropping in with 13.5 and went second for the round, so setting pretty decent. Grabbed a 7.5, put it in here, a little slower motor if I didn't have to really alter the setup much from the 13.5 to the mod, and went out and ran it this morning, and the truck's actually really, really good. Actually really good. I think this thing was destined to have a mod motor in it.
Okay, that's good. So now you're entering the two-wheel mod. You got a good run last night. We talked to you about that. What are you looking for today with the track? You think things are going to be faster, and you think the two-wheel is going to be good?
Absolutely. The grip, I went out and practiced this morning when it was still a little bit green, a little bit damp out there, and the grip was every bit as high this morning when it was wet as what we were racing on yesterday. So I think the track's going to be really good today, really racy, higher grip. It's starting to develop a little bit of character too, which is kind of nice, a little bit more dirtish, where now the grip's getting so high, you really got to make sure you keep it in the groove to keep the thing hooked and going, but it's absolute blast out there right now.
All right, Andrew, we're here on the final day of the Turf Nats. You're wrenching away here as usual. You said you planned some changes here for the round?
Yep, I was looking for a little bit more exit traction. I figured it's going to change the diff heights a little bit, change the back end on how the car reacts and everything like that, and see how it's going to go from there.
So two-wheel stock, as far as 17.5 expert, you're probably coming up here in what, 2 or 3 races?
Yep, coming up in about 2 or 3 races. I loosened the back end a little bit, hoping to get a little bit more steering overall through the corner. Definitely think I'm heading in the right direction. Lap times are looking pretty good during practice, and I think I'm going to do well.
And in the modified class, you had a killer run last night.
Yep.
Are you looking forward to more today?
Yeah, I think it was really good. I think now it's just small tweaks that I really got to work on. I was definitely happy with the improved pace overall. Qual 1, I had a little bit of a rough run, and Qual 2, I definitely went out, had a much better run, seated myself much better overall, and hopefully I can get a good Q3.
All right, John, we're back here the final day of the event. How are you feeling for today, and how's the vehicles working?
I'm feeling really good. The track is really good right now, and when I went out for practice, my cars felt really good. So I'm hoping I'm going to do well.
Okay, so talk to us about what do you feel is the best class for you at the moment? Which one you trying to you always kind of through the path of the weekend, everyone I think starts to feel that one that's like standing out a little more than the others. You got one of those that you're feeling?
Right now, I'd have to say my 4-wheel, because I've been driving it sort of the best, but I made mistakes in all 3 classes in the last round. So if I clean it up in 4-wheel, I think I got a good shot to move up at 1 or 2 spots. But I feel the same way in all my other classes too. So.
All right, let's talk a little bit. How's today looking so far here at the Turf Nationals? And yesterday you had a pretty good day.
Yeah, yesterday wasn't bad. Made a few mistakes in 2-wheel and 4-wheel, just trying to set up stuff. But after the races were done and tried stuff later on, I'm really confident today. Should be pretty good. Truck's dialed, so I don't know if I have to really change that. Got grip in the 2-wheel and 4-wheel finally. Just got to drive it now.
All right, Matt, just checking in here a little bit. Final round of qualifying. What's going on with the associated car today, and are things feeling pretty good?
It's feeling real good today. It's track's way better shape than it was yesterday morning with no rain today, and traction's up already. Looking forward to the first round.
Perrault on a 13.522. JConcepts on a 12.503.
Drivers for race number 8, you should be on the ready line. Race number 8, you guys are up next. 45 seconds in, it's Aaron on top. He's on an early 14.511. Steve Hume on a 14.518. Andrew S on a 14.519. As we make our way to the 1 minute in. 4 to go. You're watching race number 7.
After 1 minute, the top drivers are Aaron Kothman in first place with a 14-lap 5:10.4 pace with 2 laps. Followed by Steve Hume in second place with a 14-lap 5:15.3 pace with 2 laps. Followed by Andrew Srekovic in third place with a 14-lap 5:22.9 pace with 2 laps.
Thank you there, young St. Pierre. Love to see you in the middle there. Let's do it, people. Show me what you got. Great start, I gotta say. Good stuff. 130 down, 3:30 to go. You were watching Lee getting it done early, 15 at 5:20. It's Keith Smart on a 14.506. We got Brent in that third spot, 14.511. It's Ryan and Falk on 14.512.
All right, round 3 in the books there. How'd it go?
It was good. I was able to TQ round 3, so I already locked it up yesterday after TQing both rounds, but I went out in this one to try some things, maybe get the car a little bit better to drive, and it was good. I think it was better.
All right, Casey, we got the qualifying's over. What's going on? How'd the last round end up for you?
It was pretty good. Went fourth, I guess, for the round. Barely missed the 3 spot. Buggy's coming alive better every time I go out there, which I guess you're going to get faster right before the main's the best time to do it. Track was awesome. Grips up higher than it's been all weekend. Ended up second in mod truck, TQ in 13.5 truck, and 8th in mod buggy.
Okay.
Car's a whole lot better than that. Just driver's got to step up the game.
All right, Ryan, good last round. The car looked dialed, getting faster every time out there. And how'd you wrap up in qualifying?
So far, overall sitting second 4-wheel, and after that last qual, sitting third and 2-wheel. That last qual just, went out there, just tried to run as fast as possible. Try to be, not as anxious, and everything kind of worked in the end.
All right, Aaron, we're checking in after qualifying. Tell us how the whole thing went for you.
So in stock buggy, I ended up taking the round 3 TQ, so I'm the overall TQ in that. And mod buggy, I broke out in my 3rd qualifier, so I believe I'm 5th on the grid after getting a 5 and a 2. And not being able to make anything happen in round 3, but at least I'm still in the A.
Good. And you got any expectations heading into the mains here? I know we're going to do a little longer single main and stock, and then triple mains and modified. You got everything together? You going to run all these races today?
Yeah, stock, I'm just going to do what I've been doing in the quals. My car's been really, really good, so I'm just going to focus on not making any mistakes, and hopefully I can wrap that up. And then mod buggy, I'm going to have to make some stuff happen early in the race so I can get up front and hopefully take the overall in that.
All right, John, we're back. Qualifying's over, and you mentioned you made a few improvements, huh?
Yeah, I had some good runs going. I made a mistake at 17.5 that cost me moving up a spot, but 4th in that spot, expert 17.5. I moved up a spot in 13.5 to the 3rd spot overall, and I moved up a spot in 40 plus to the 3rd spot overall in that one also.
All right, qualifying's over, and talk to us about how your racing went and how it went for you.
Cars were really good. They're actually really pushy. The grip came up, and there's actually traction rolling in a couple of spots. Unfortunately, a couple minutes through the race is when the car finally came in, and it was a lot better, but still finished decent, but not quite as good as I wanted to. But again, truck is really good. I'm TQing truck, and that thing's handling really good, but cars are good. I just need a little more steering and a little less side brake.
For number 2 right there on the right side. Over the tabletop. Here we go. 25 seconds.
Take it easy, Dan.
Reel him in. Run him clean, run him clean. Oh! Whoop. A little bit of breathing room for Luke Bus. 15 seconds. He might be going around one more time. Here we go. Oh! Wow! Keep going. 5 seconds. Keep going. One more lap. Oh, he wanted to exchange it with him. You guys are even. Time has expired. Time has expired. Keep going. Racing to the line.
Come on, Luke.
Luke Bus trying to reel him in.
Come on, Luke.
They're over.
Damn.
Big break for Jeffrey.
All right, Andrew, you had a good first round of the mains here, triple mains. What'd you get there, 3rd?
No, I actually got 2nd.
Okay, great. Where'd you come from on the grid?
I came from 7th overall. I saw a few people made some mistakes, and I was shown in 4th, maybe 5th for a while. And then 2 cars got tangled, and then I followed the 2nd place car for a while. I waited for a mistake to happen, just stayed close, and from there I was able to take 2nd and hold it for the rest of the race.
All right, good. And we got a stock main coming up, single 7-minute main. And how you feeling about that one?
Pretty confident. I mean, my car was pretty good. I think the biggest thing now I just need to work on my gearing, just more or less speed down the straightaway and everything like that. But so far, the car was great. I was pretty confident when I was out of practice and hoping for a good main.
Good first main. You moved up a little bit on the grid. Talk to us about the 2-wheel mod race there.
It was pretty good. Ended up getting a 3rd in it. Made a couple mistakes early on and any adjustment that wasn't quite what I needed. So the car was a little bit hard to drive, but ended up fighting back and sticking for a 3rd, so that should be pretty good going into the next mains.
Good, yeah, you moved up quite a bit there, and you were right in the mix. Lee had a mistake, and he kind of left the field open, and Ryan was a little bit gone, but you guys were right there, right?
Yeah, we weren't too far behind. Where if he made a mistake, he would have still probably been in the lead, but been right there.
Yeah.
So we were just pushing and seeing what we could do, but one mistake too many.
Seconds. All right. No, we're not. All right, that's race. Leo's going to take it down, 16 at 5:42, Brent 16 at 5:58, and Ryan will come in third, 16 at 5:59.
Where you at?
That's it.
Oh.
So the Associated Boys just taking it right back, 1 and 2. Reavis trying to reel him in. He's got a good car, but he's running out of time. Five seconds. Here it is. Oh, and a little bumperoonie. Lee trying to bring it home.
Keep smart done.
Wow, and just like that. 15 seconds. We got Matt Perrault, 5.5 seconds.
Leader Matt Perrault.
Cravotta.
Taking it home. Matt Perrault. Over the double. There we go. Ah. Holy moly.
Not as inspired by our running order going into the start. There was Lee, Garrett, Brent, Travis, Ryan, Justin Allen, Kyle McCormick, Steve, Mays, and Carl.
Mazer done. Brent Sinus done. Jared Fair done. Carl Smart done. Travis Harrington done. Ryan Reavis done.
That's a race.
Justin Allen done.
And when it does settle, there was Lee taking it down. 14 at 5:02, Steve Smart, 14 at 5:07, and Brent will come in third, 14 at 5:09.
All right, Lee. Good job, man. Real good race. Kept it smooth, and the hope is alive here for two-wheel as well. You had a really good second main, came back strong.
Yep.
And let's talk about wrapping up this four-wheel. How did she feel?
Yeah, she felt really good. I had a bobble in the chicane here. I just hugged it a little too tight and rolled it. And I tried to get out of the way to not get my car blasted because that's one of the deadliest sections on the track. And then I, collected a few racers, not intentionally, but it's racing. So, when the dust settled, I was able to take the win after that. Drove smooth, no mistakes, and take A1 and A2.
All right, Aaron. Good two-wheel stock main, 17.5 expert. How was it, and how was the race?
The car was actually pretty good. I just drove around, only made one little mistake early on, but that's pretty much it. So I just led the whole thing and ended up taking it.
Good. Everything worked really well the whole race. I know there's a couple guys concerned about the 7 minutes, but it worked out, right?
Yeah, no, it worked out. I didn't really fade too much. Just worked really good, and I drove good, and it just felt good.
How's the two-wheel mod class going for you? Where are you sitting right now?
Right now I have 2-3, so I don't really know. Like, I had a mistake in the last one. I could have taken the W in that one, but a little mistake cost that, unfortunately. But so not too bad.
Well, good. Having a good weekend, and we'll see you after the last main. All right, we're starting Marshland here. You had a great two-wheel last main. You won the first one, second in the next one.
Yeah,
we got a race starting here, but we'll move up if you got a Marshall.
Yeah, it's good. But yeah, no, first main and two-wheel drive was just phenomenal. Everything, all the cards just laid into the right place, and the car was phenomenal. Second main, just had a couple bobbles. Was luckily able to bring it back up. But we'll go on to A3 to keep that battle. See if I can take the dub from Lee Setzer.
Yeah, you had a great race in 2. I mean, you guys were like side by side on the last straightaway, right?
Yeah, we were going down side by side. I tried, when we came around the gap double into that high-speed sweeper, I tried throwing an inside pass, but both our cars shuttled a little bit. I couldn't secure the deal. So it was just a good race and good rubbing, you know, going around having a good time.
Good. We'll see you out there for A3. Good luck. All right, Matt, the racing is over in the 40-plus class. It's you're really persistent all weekend. You're running really well, and things definitely went your way, and a good, consistent run, and real quick. Tell us about how the race went for you.
That was good. I was started 4th and moved up to 3rd and just was kind of following the leader. And there was a couple mishaps and I drove by and then kind of changed hands a few times, but we just kept after it and finished it off.
All right, tell us about the race there. It was a great win. We got was it a father-son one too?
Father-son one too, yeah.
All right.
Chuck was really good, man. It was consistent all weekend. I had a really fast guy behind me. I just tried to stay smooth and consistent with the 7-minute main. I was more worried about my battery dumping than trying to make fast laps. So smooth and consistent usually takes it out, you know?
Yeah, you ran a great race and got real interesting at the end, and but it worked out in your favor, huh?
Really fast. I was just trying to run clean, consistent laps, and
he
made a little bobble, and it was just enough for me to get by him and took down the second place finish. So I was really happy.
All right, well, you guys did awesome, and we'll see you up here again when we got another 2-wheel, another 4-wheel, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Congrats.
This is a 7-minute main. You got to be patient. They're probably saying, yeah, right. The battle for that top spot continues. Just that, trying to win it from TQ. But Steve just running him down. Nice battle. These guys really battling nicely here, running each other clean. Steve, though, ever so slightly, just getting closer and closer. He's got a really good car. Mr. Allen taking over that 3rd spot. James, you're done. Brian, you're done. Just waiting for our leader on his parade lap.
Like me and you playing around with you ever doing. That's what it was like. But I could not get by.
Everybody else is done. Here he comes, flashing his high beams down the straightaway for the win. It's Eric taking it down.
All right, Eric, good run there with the short course, and tell us about the win. And I understand you had a little bit of a battery going dead there on the last lap.
Yeah, it died right on the finish line. It was good, solid run all race. Smooth, the 2.0, Team Scream motor. Felt really good. Unfortunately, the battery decided to want to fade out on me in the end.
But you still took it.
Still took it.
Good.
Start to finish.
All right, man, good run. All right, Andrew, we're winding down the main events here. You've ran 2 mains and 2-wheel mod, and you got 2-wheel stock under your belt. What's going on, and how you think things are going here in the mains?
Pretty good. I'm very impressed with myself as far as 2-wheel drive mod goes. I started 8 in both of them, and I finished 2nd and 4th for both of them. 2-wheel drive stock, I made a mistake that pushed me back a little bit, but I ended up making spots back up. I finished better than I qualified, but I definitely thought I had a fast car. I just put myself in a bad position with qualifying. And, I don't know. Definitely something to learn from, though, overall. I was definitely happy with how the car was handling towards the end of the day.
That's your leader. Trying to get by in the bag. Thank you so much. Go in front, leader. Go in front.
I want to hang out and maybe like pick up.
What are we doing, teching?
Yeah.
Teching for A3?
Yep.
Is it approved?
It is approved.
Look at that.
All right. No excuses.
5-minute main. Marshals are ready. A3 coming up at the tone. Less than 5. Rolling its off, and here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Look at these pros. Oh, man, that's what it's all about. Let's do it. Game on. The deciding race. That's a nice sound too, man. Just sounds like seagulls. Oh man.
Oh, of course.
Keep it cool. Keep it cool.
No, you're good. Go, man.
Ooh. Wow, coming off.
It was my race, Haha, he sent that one.
Wow, good stuff. Wow. Wow, 25 seconds. It's Lee, Andrew Bishop, Tyler, Casey, Brent, Keith, Jason, Justin, Mays, Jared. 15 seconds.
It's funny how a big race brings out the fun in the corners from like last year and all the ones I got into.
Time has expired. Keep going, keep going. Tyler, you're the first one done. Casey. Wow. I'm telling you, Lee had a 10.5 second lead over Andrew Bishop.
All right, Lee, victorious in A3. Great run. A little rough start in A1, but you pulled it off with a great A2 and A3. And tell us about the race.
Yeah, the race went well. I had a mistake-free A main. I think the announcer said I had 11 seconds, 10 seconds on second place. So I just drove clean. I put my head down and I was able to make it happen after a pretty bad A1 and was able to take the win in A2 and A3.
At the tone, less than 5. And we're off, here it is. Nice and easy. All right, modified stadium truck, A main. It was Casey.
All right, guys.
Should I go white out?
All right, nice job, guys. 1, 2, 3. Guys, straight the camera on 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right, John, we're here. Trophy presentation, it's over. And tell us how the mains went.
Mains were pretty good. Had one mistake in 40 plus when I was in the lead with 40 seconds left that cost me winning. Happens. Ended up getting second. I got third in 13.5 full wheel. Had a really good run. Made a mistake in that one too.
It was 13.5.
And I finished fifth overall in 17.5 stock.
Stadium truck. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Yeah. All right. 1, 2, 3. My man Reavis Hot Pockets. All right. Here we go. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right, Andrew, we've got the weekend finished up, and you know, you said you're going to give two-wheel mod a shot this weekend, and you did a great job. Got the third and on the podium. Tell us how the 3 mains went.
Pretty good. I honestly didn't go out with much expectation. I was honestly happy I just made the show. It was my first year running two-wheel drive mod. I ended up starting 8th overall, I believe, in qualifying, and I actually pulled out second. I stayed pretty consistent through the run. I wasn't the fastest car, but definitely had a consistent run. And then Q2, I ended up finishing 4th. It was once again just one of those things, consistent run, but those top 3 guys really broke out. Then Qual 3, I held behind Tyler for a while. We ended up being second and third. He made a little bobble, and then I finally finished second overall. So definitely a good run.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
No, see all this?
Yeah, just basically, I'm just.
You gotta lay down with like your hands on there.
Go to your knees.
Well, how am I gonna hold these up?
You can do it with your hands.
Go down on
there. You go.
There we go.
It's a little bit better without that the false back shot. Like. You know what I mean?
I was trying to, get.
I know, but just
trying to get those swipes.
Flags.
Getting those swipes.
Hold on.
Come on, man. Come on.
Come on. Man, it is so bright.